Max's reaction to the news. "Hell, Chloe, you try and stop me coming to that paradise island. I might come and live permanently in your spare room." As the plane finally touched down, Chloe felt a surge of excitement override her fears. She was coming home, and she was shocked at how right it suddenly felt. Perhaps this was what had been missing for all these years. Her childhood had set her on a different course, dictated by her mother, then by her career, and later by Mark. But perhaps now she could take control, change her life and start over. The other passengers were already searching for their belongings, opening the overhead lockers and passing heavier bags. The chatter of tourists, business travellers and those returning home mixed with the wail of a baby. After queuing impatiently, Chloe stepped out of the plane and the hot air swirled around her. The deep blue of the sky, the turquoise water beyond the runway, the smells of salt, spice and aircraft fuel stirred her memory. After the faded grey skies and icy rain of London, this was incredible, intoxicating. She almost laughed out loud. The small airport wasn't crowded, and Chloe managed to pass through immigration without any problems. It was strange, joining the Bermuda residence line, rather than going through the tourist channel. She still didn't feel she had a right to do that, but her papers now stated otherwise. She pushed her trolley, loaded with cases, hesitantly out of the glass doors, welcoming another blast of warm air, tasting salt on her lips. The taxi driver beamed at her, his hat pushed back on top of his head, face full of wrinkles and shrewd brown eyes that sparkled with interest. "Where do you want to go?" "Beachside riding stables. It's off the South Road in Warwick." She spoke quickly, nervously, but was reassured by his friendly response. "I know it. That's Dre's old place. And you must be her granddaughter. She used to talk about you a lot. Welcome to Bermuda. I'm Peter." "You know about me? Sorry, I'm Chloe." She belatedly remembered her manners as he gathered her cases and threw them single-handedly into the boot. In London, taxi drivers didn't know your name and nobody hailed you in the street. Even eye contact marked you out as a weirdo. This would take some getting used to, she thought. But it fanned the warm spark of happiness that was already burning merrily in her chest. Her caring, busy nature had been flattened over the years, by a disappointing marriage, by lack of direction. Yet, here in the warmth, enjoying Peter's friendly conversation, she found herself responding in kind. "How lovely to meet you." Her mouth stretched into a grin. Home. She was home. She hadn't expected to feel quite so emotional, quite so happy. "Of course I know about you. I remember you from when you were a kid, too. But I bet it's too far back for you to recognise me. Dre and I have been friends for years." I was sad to see her go. His expression changed, and he shrugged. "Antoine's been looking after the place since your grandmother died. He's a good boy." Chloe slipped into the passenger seat, winding down the window, unable to take her eyes off the tantalising gleam of the sea. There was a slash of white sand curving around the volcanic rock of a little bay. "Yes, the lawyers mentioned she had someone working for her." "You haven't been to visit for a while, have you? I remember Dre always said her family was all busy working in London and the US. What are you going to do with the place? You like horses?" He turned the radio down and drove slowly across the causeway, joining the queue of vehicles at the roundabout. Chloe was so busy absorbing the hit of colour, the smells of dust and spice, she found the conversation hard to follow. "I lived here until I was 7, as you know, and I visited a couple of times as a teenager." Even as she said the words, regret and a fair bit of guilt wormed up inside her stomach. Her family situation had always been odd, distant even, but she should have come back sooner, should have re-established her relationship with Dre in her later years. She changed the subject quickly. "Do you live locally?" 72 years I've lived...